my tongue on chili last night because it was the only thing I had to look forward to for like 6 hours. So I was so excited when it was done. And now I have no feeling, not in a Corona way. The taste buds have been burned.
Welcome to Highly Quarantined. I'm Dan Batard. That's Pablo Torre. Mina Kimes loves to give you little pieces of her life. What do you have, Pablo? You got something else? Let's get started.
Yeah. My beard is beginning to connect. Check that out. Look.
All right, let's get
It's almost there.
Right.
No, your mustache is social distancing from the rest of your facial hair.
Rob Manfred suggested that baseball could play 7-inning doubleheaders when it returns. Would making all games 7 innings make baseball less boring?
All right, I don't want to answer that question. I want to talk about the idea that baseball is historically, as our most historic game, the most resistant to change that we have anywhere. Everyone was fighting the idea of a wild card after a 162-game season because of the purists in that sport. So the idea that it would take a literal pandemic for baseball to think creatively here on how that game needs to be changed when it does need to be changed. I know it's real easy for us as critics to just laugh and say, what do you do in baseball? But as no one knows what the hell they're doing, this is a good time for baseball to reach young people by actually implementing some major kinds of changes that change the game that's too all or nothing if you want people who are 20 and 30 years old to care about your sport.
I agree. I also think these are changes Major League Baseball should have been considering all along. It shouldn't have taken a pandemic, right? I would put everything on the table: shorter games, a shorter season. These days, 162 games and 9 innings is a lot to ask of Americans. I would not even watch 162 episodes of The Tiger King. 160 episodes, maybe, but 162 episodes is where I would draw the line.
I want a longer season. I want 362, yeah.
Whenever you say this, by the way, baseball people get really angry and they say, that means you just don't like baseball. No, I love baseball. I just wish the stakes were higher, and I believe a lot of other people agree.
Well, I do think there's going to be a big difference in the polling data when we look at how many people are agreeing with this, because I think the hardcore baseball fans will always value the purity over entertainment. But the rest of us, we're those cartoon characters on a deserted island, and we're just hallucinating stakes. Like, we're actually watching hallucinations. We're broadcasting virtual race cars going around a track. We're putting on ESPN Frank Caliendo doing impressions of other ESPN broadcasters. We are absolutely at a place where a casual fan like myself at this point, I will take as much baseball as you can give me. And if that means 7 innings, but it turns into 14 because it's a doubleheader, yes, give me all of that. But you know who wants this debate to keep raging? The Boston Red Sox. Because Rob Manfred, in that same interview with Scott Van Pelt, was asked about that Red Sox report into their alleged sign stealing. And he said that the investigation is complete, but the report has obviously been delayed because of the pandemic. And meanwhile, the Red Sox are just sitting in a corner hoping that no one remembers that they are next up to be ritually sacrificed to the god of baseball.
And the Astros are running around coughing on people.
This is what goes back to what I was saying about attention spans, though, right? Like, I'm not even sure I can gin up the anger to be upset at the Astros whenever baseball does come back. That feels like it happened 10 million years ago.
And in fact, the Astros PR department right now is formulating a press release saying, now you see the value of knowing what things are coming in advance.